2020, I had some big plans to do some cross-country mountain bike racing. I followed a training program, upgraded my mountain bike, started eating better, and once the snow melted, I rode more than I ever have before. But then COVID-19 happened, and almost every race was postponed or canceled. But I found out about the virtual Red Flint Firecracker race put on by the volunteers at Chippewa Off-Road Bicycle Association, or CORBA for short. This event is held at Lowe's Creek, just off I-94 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. I've been here a few times before, and I've always had fun and the trails never disappoint, so I figured let's give it a shot. So the course is marked out and it's open all week for anybody who wants to come race it. And one of my concerns is there might be a lot of traffic on the trail with people who aren't even racing. So anytime you got to pass and get around people, it takes time. You know, that's kind of what makes racing fun, is all these unknown variables. But I'm just looking forward to getting out there. It's been a while since I've raced. Should be a good time, throwing down some fast lap times hopefully, and see what we can do. All right, so I just did a warm-up lap around the whole course. The course is in really good condition, so now it's time to hammer down and do this. All right, here we go. So the race starts off with about 1 mile of open road. Most mountain bike races start off like this, or maybe on a long hill, because it helps separate the field before heading into the single track sections. So now we're entering the first set of obstacles. This is the roller section, and it's about a 1/4 mile long of these spaced out singles. These are a little tricky because they're not quite close enough to double, so you just gotta pedal through. After the rollers, we enter into the woods, into some tight single track. Heart rate is still pretty high at this point. I was hoping to keep it in the 170s, but it's basically going to stay at this level the rest of the race. So here's where I made a pretty big mistake that cost a lot of time. We're about to come up on this creek crossing, and I figured it was safer to walk through it, but looking back, I should have just hucked it, and I'm pretty sure I would have made it. So I get through the creek and try to clip back in, and my right pedal isn't cooperating. And I'm still trying to clip in at this point. And now I'm going uphill, basically going 0 miles per hour. Finally it clicks and I get going, but man, that whole section ate up quite a bit of time. I should have just tried to ride through the creek, but hindsight is 20/20. So I get back going, try to make up some more time, and my heart rate is still maxed out, but still pushing hard, and I encounter another issue. So I'm about to come up on another biker, and it's no big deal, but it gets pretty narrow here. So I try to unclip on the right side, and it gets stuck, and I literally tip over onto the hill. So I lost some time here, and then I get moving, and I still can't get clipped back in, so I must have either had a rock or some dirt in the pedal, and then I finally click in and get moving. It's too bad we had to meet at that tight section of trail, and it's nobody's fault, and that dude was cool about it. I'm not mad or anything, but that's racing. So now we gotta climb out of this creek area. You can see the watts go up, and there's not a lot of big sustained climbing on this trail, just a lot of short, steep, punchy climbs. You can see my heart rate jumps up to 187, 186 towards the top. But then we had a big descent, and I reached 27 miles per hour, so that was a nice little break from pedaling once you get through that hill. This part of the trail was fast and flowy, and you're going downhill, so you don't have to pedal that much, and you basically catch your breath a bit. Now we're on the far west side of the trail system, and this part was really fun. You kind of send it into the woods here. It's nice and fast and technical, a lot of roots on the trail. So when I was on the warm-up lap, I hit my handlebar on a tree that's coming up, and I kept thinking about it as I got closer and closer, and sure enough, I hit it again. But luckily I was kind of ready for it, but I just couldn't make it through without hitting it again. But once you do make it through those trees, you get a nice fast downhill to catch your breath. And then we have 2 trees coming up that are really tight as well, but I squeaked through, and then we have a nice berm here at the bottom. And we're getting towards the end with one last climb here. I remember this hill from my very first mountain bike race a few years ago, and it basically just broke me, but it went a little better today. It looks like it's raining, but that's just sweat pouring off my head as we get towards the top here. Once you emerge from the woods, you know you're getting close to the end. You can see the parking lot in the distance there, and you got less than a half mile to go, so you just got to try to get in that last push. And that's time. So it took 34 minutes and 30 seconds, and let's go down and get a post-race report. All right, well, we made it. It got hot out, man. My heart rate went through the roof right away, and I tried to maintain a good pace, but I don't think my heart rate got below 180. At least it didn't feel like it that whole time, and kind of messed up on that creek. Couldn't get clipped back in. Lost some time there, and then when I crossed that guy, I couldn't get unclipped. So a lot of issues with my pedals today. I don't think it would have made a difference. So I was probably a couple minutes off the pace anyways, but yeah, it was fun. Trails were in good condition. So now I'm gonna go get a big cheat meal and get my results updated and see where I'm at and try to recover from this. Sometimes there's nothing better than a butter burger to dig into. Yep. Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Culver's was calling my name, and you can't go wrong with them. So if you guys want to sponsor my YouTube channel, feel free to reach out. I'm sure we could work out a deal. All right, well, I just got the results posted, and I'm currently sitting in 3rd place, which I'm pretty happy about, but there's like 4 more days left in this competition, so I'm sure we're gonna see some more fast times trickle in there. So we just gotta wait and see how I end up. So a few days later, Corba held a virtual awards ceremony, and I ended up 7th out of 55 racers. So we'll take it, but I definitely got some more work to do before the next one. So if this is your first time watching this channel, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.